Hello, everyone. I'm excited today to be joined by two incredible women of the Moja2 family. We have Melissa, one of our dedicated sponsors, and Anastasia, her sponsored student. And today we are going to dive deep into their sponsorship journey, how it has been, the connection, how it has grown. And also, Melissa recently came to Kenya during our April sponsor trip, and we are going to know more of her experience, how it was. So stay tuned so that you can be able to get to know more of that. As we start, maybe we can go back to the beginning. Maybe you both can tell us. We can start with Melissa. You can tell us how your sponsorship journey started and what was your first impression of each other.
I started sponsoring with Moja2 more than 10 years ago. I think it's coming up on maybe 12 years ago. Anastasia,
Wow.
I had another student. Yeah, it's been a long time. I had another student. His name's Kelvin. He graduated university already. And now I get to have Anastasia and help sponsor her. And meeting her was amazing. I became kind of a blubbering, crying mess because I was so excited to finally meet Anastasia after so many years. So it's been amazing to see the organization grow from when it started very small when I first joined, and now there's over 200 students, which is phenomenal. There's an amazing amount of university students. It's very inspiring.
Yeah. And for you, Anastasia, maybe you can tell us how you were able to join Moja2 and what it felt like to meet Melissa in person.
My joining Moja2 is usually an emotional story. I hope I don't cry. I joined when I was in Form 2, and I had been out of school for like 3 months, and I thought that I would never go back to school. I had a very big fee balance that my mom could not be able to settle, so I knew for sure it would be hard for me to go to school. So then there was a neighboring school next to me. It's called Graceland, and I decided to go and talk to the owner. In fact, I wrote her a letter and told her that if she didn't help me, then I might not achieve my dreams. So I explained to her in the letter, and when I went to meet her in person, I sent the letter, then I went to meet her in person. So when I went to meet her in person, she had Moja2 forms on her desk. It's the school where most Moja2 students are taken. So she had Moja2 forms, and she gave me one to fill. Then she told me they would be coming in April. That was around, I think, in February, beginning of February. So I waited February, March, and April. Kathy and the team came to Kenya. So I was called in and interviewed. And when they told me to wait outside, I knew that the decision they were going to make was going to impact me. That is what would determine whether I achieve my dreams, whether I go on with my school, or everything goes bad. So when they told me they had taken me in the sponsorship, I was so excited. I remember telling my mom the news, and we both cried, because now we would not have to worry about school fees. I would not have to worry whether I'm going to achieve my dream. Somebody else was going to help me do it. So I had my first call with Melissa, and I first thought she was so beautiful. I was just like, oh, she's so. I didn't tell her, of course. I was nervous, but I thought that I was nervous, but I thought she was so beautiful, and I was so thankful, and I still am thankful, because she gave my life meaning. She's the reason I am where I am today. I did my final exams. I completed them on Friday. So right now I am an LLB finalist. I'm in my final year, and that is only because Moja2 gave me an opportunity, and Melissa took me in. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I didn't cry.
Well, Anastasia's not being. She did all the work, though. You know, I was a sponsor, but she did all the work. She worked the hardest in all this journey. So it's my honor to sponsor her, because she doesn't take anything for granted. She worked so hard. So I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so amazing to see how your connection has really grown. And I would say you started with the letters, the video calls, and you were able now to see each other when Melissa, you came to Kenya. How was it like meeting for the first time physically? How was it for both of you?
I was crazy. I don't cry a lot. And then the minute I met Anastasia, I couldn't help but start crying. I mean, I feel like our connection was instant. I mean, I'll know Anastasia for the rest of, hopefully for the rest of my life. You know, I'm privileged to know her. And so meeting her in person was almost like a dream come true. And I started crying, and it was just very, very exciting to finally see this beautiful person and see him in it, like actually see them.
Yeah. And it was also very nice for us, like to see you guys coming here to Kenya to spend time with us. We really had an amazing time. Anastasia,
It was really nice.
Yeah, Anastasia, how was it for you now meeting Melissa? Like, you could be able to see her. It was not now during like a video call. How was that for you?
I'll use the same words she used. It was a dream come true. I had always imagined how it would to meet her, how it would be to finally meet her, and I was so excited. In fact, I remember we waited at the airport, and it was an unforgettable moment. I don't think I can forget that moment when I finally got the opportunity to meet her. She's a very warm person. I got to hug her. It is simply unforgettable.
Yeah, true.
Really
I can
is.
agree on that. Yeah. And one of the things that we did was visit Anastasia's family with Melissa. And I know that was, it was very emotional and also very good because we could see the impact of Moja 2 sponsorship. It doesn't only help the student, but also their family and community. Melissa, how would you share that experience was for you?
I I thought that was, I mean, other than meeting Anastasia, that was one of my favorite parts of the trip. That was the best part of the trip for me. Because it illuminated Anastasia's world for me, and it helped me understand her life, and it helped me understand her family too, which is incredibly important to her. And so if it's important to her, it's important to me. And so it was nice to see all that. And exactly to your point, Maria, you really get a sense of the impact that this makes on not just Anastasia, but for her family, but also for her community. And it was, I thought it was amazing. Just to get more clarity on what the real impact is.
Yeah, true. Anastasia, for your family, how would you say it was like preparing for you guys to see Melissa? Because I know you are very excited.
Yes, I remember when I got the news that she would be coming to Kenya, I called my mom immediately, and she even screamed. She was just like, "Yeah!" So I know they were so happy to meet her. I had told her so much about Melissa, but I didn't forget to say. But I think she's so beautiful because I kept telling my mom, "You should meet her. She's beautiful. She's the nicest person, and she's amazing." So my mom really wanted to meet her because she has always said that she helps me, yeah, she helps me directly, but she helps her indirectly because she does not have to worry about maybe my rent, my school fees. That was a burden that was taken away from her by Melissa. So she has always, and she was, in fact, she cried. I think you remember that. She shed tears
Yeah,
while explaining. Yes. So
Yeah.
I told them that she would be coming. They were so happy, and it was a beautiful moment to have Melissa in our house,
yeah.
It
and for
was
her to meet
beautiful.
my siblings. Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
they're so cute. Your brother's so nice. And the food was great, by the way.
True. It was really nice.
It was really good
My
food.
mom is a good cook.
She's a
We
good
woke up
cook.
so early that day because we were excited about having you. We woke up at 4, started preparing the meals.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Thank you. Thank you again. I'll never forget it. I loved it.
It was
Oh,
really nice.
I'm
And
glad you loved
one of
it.
I loved
yeah,
it.
and one of the things I also loved is that you guys were able to spend time with each other. Like, we were able to go with Anastasia through the trip, and
Yes.
it really made it more meaningful, and to see your connection grow. So it was such a nice experience for you, Melissa, to be back here in Kenya again.
It
Maybe
was.
now, yeah, maybe Melissa, you can tell us, like, there are so many organizations, but what made you choose to want to sponsor through Moja 2?
There are a lot of organizations that sort of have this structure, right? The number one reason to donate through Moja 2 was Kathy. So I met Kathy, 12 years ago, and it was it was at my mom's house. My mom had a party, and I met Kathy, and Kathy started talking about Moja 2, and Moja 2 was still in its early stages, and so. But as she was talking, I realized how organized and professional and passionate Kathy is about this. And so that's the real reason I joined Moja 2 is because one, I get to connect with the students. So there's opportunities to connect throughout the year. And there are letters and I get to actually physically meet the students on sponsored trips. But also, I know that 100% of my money goes to help Anastasia. I know that it's not being wasted on administration fees or any other, anything outside that doesn't make sense. Because there's a lot of organizations that are really overhead heavy. And so I know that Kathy and Michael put in a tremendous amount of work, money, and effort themselves. So that's the real reason I joined is my impact. I can see the impact very directly, and I know none of the money is being wasted. Like, none of it. It's, if anything, it's being maximized to its full potential.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. For Anastasia, I know it was your first time like joining us during the trip, seeing the activities that we are doing. How would you say that made you feel? Because being a part of the Moja 2 as a student, you are now able to see, like, to witness the first hand of the impact that Moja 2 is making. How was that for you?
I'll first begin with how the trip felt to me, because those are things that I have never experienced. So it was a great motivator. It motivated me to work so hard because I want that life for myself. I want to be able to go to beautiful hotels, to have fun, to go to safari. I want to experience that kind of life. So it was it acted as a motivator for me to work hard in school. Then, yeah, and I loved it.
Yeah. Melissa, also I wanted to maybe talk about you doing the interviews, like with the students who wanted to get into Moja 2. How was that experience for you? Because I know this was your first time doing the interviews. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was nice to be a part of, because I get to see a little bit of behind the scenes on the process and how Moja 2 takes on students. But it was also really sad for me. It was really hard because you want all the students, right? You want, like, everybody's deserving of an education, and you want to take them all in. And so that was a little bit hard for me to see that just, unfortunately, you can't take everybody. But you do at least get to understand even more of the impact. And it was nice to see the process and what Michael and Kathy typically do, and others on the board. So
yeah,
it was interesting. Sad, but interesting.
We're happy to hear that. Maybe for Anastasia, we have heard Melissa say that apart from meeting you and also meeting your family, those were among like her favorite moments. For Anastasia, what would you say was your favorite moment during the like meeting Melissa and also during like the trip?
My favorite one was at the airport, meeting her for the first time, hugging her, and spending and also spending time with her, talking to her, hearing her views on things. I loved the interactions we had. Most of the time we were talking, so I loved hearing from her and knowing the things she likes. In fact, she told me her favorite color was green, and that was also my favorite color. You can see this is green.
I love
So
it.
I loved the interactions. I loved the interactions that we had. Yes, but the favorite moment was at the airport.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
nice to spend so much time with Anastasia. Like, it was great, not just at the airport or at the school or in her house. You know, she got to stay with us, which was great, and she got to experience some hotels, which was great. So it was nice that I got a lot of Anastasia time, which was phenomenal. It was a dream come true.
Yeah, and also Anastasia is one of our students who is really doing good. She's studying. She's also doing some part-time jobs, and she's really performing well. For Melissa, you remember we even had to call her to talk with some of our university students. Like, how did it make you feel that? How did you feel see Anastasia being able to achieve all of this, becoming a woman who is going after her goals, very confident, and someone who is like a role model to her siblings? How was that experience for you?
It's amazing, and it's amazing to see Anastasia also grow over the years too. I remember there was one call, I hadn't talked to her in like 6 months, and she came on the call and I didn't recognize her because she's a young woman, and it's so amazing to see that in real, actually see her in person and to see what that impact and the impact she makes to the people around her, because she works incredibly hard and she's very, very driven. And she's an inspiration to me, but I would imagine she's definitely an inspiration to other people, especially her family. So,
Yeah.
I think she's doing amazing things. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, we are. We are also proud of her. We can't wait to see the amazing things
Thank
she's
you.
going to achieve.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe as we wind up, we can start with Melissa. What would you share with someone who is thinking of sponsoring a student through Moja 2? What advice or something would you like to share with them?
Yeah, it's enormously rewarding. It's one of the most rewarding things that I've done in my life. I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I can, and seeing and being able to help someone. And again, you're not just helping one student; you're helping a family, and you're helping a community and a country and a part of the world, right? So the impact goes far further than you imagine it would. And you also have so many opportunities to interact with your student and understand their life too. So it's not just a one-way situation. It's very much a two-way interaction, and it's you get to understand a part of the world that you may not be familiar with. It's enormously rewarding. Like, I can't tell you how much my heart swells to see Anastasia do the amazing things that she's done, and to meet her family, and to meet her in person. It's been incredible.
Yeah, and we also want to thank all our sponsors and donors. Like, the impact that you're making here in Kenya, it's really big. Even for me, like for myself, I'm a beneficiary of Moja 2, and through Moja 2, I'm also able now to support myself, support my family, and also make an impact in a community. So I'm really grateful for the impact that you guys are making. Thank you so much. And we also have their blog coming up. So look out for their blog. It's really nice. You're going to learn more about their journey and also how their connection has grown. As we wind up, I just want to say thank you to Melissa and Anastasia for making time. And I hope you are able to learn one or two things about them, about our organization, Moja 2. And if you need more information about Moja 2, you can email us at info@moja2, and we can be able to give you more support from there. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you on our next session.